If this is your first time to the channel, please do so. Make sure you're subscribed. Hit that bell for notifications so that way you don't miss another video like this one coming your way. Also, don't forget to hit the like button. It does help this channel grow. Please feel free to leave a comment. We do get back to all of our comments. This video is not intended for children under the age of 17 years old. Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of MOE'S Tour. Come from Mom Tours. And today, here we go. We have one of the most sought after figures NECA has put out all year, maybe in a couple of years. Right here, right before us, it is the brand spanking new Walmart exclusive Damian Leone's Terrifier Ultimate Art the Clown, the blood-soaked edition. Yes, this is what we have. People are having trouble finding this figure. It is saying that it is not for in-store. It is an online only for Walmart. We all know Walmart exclusives are next to impossible to find. It doesn't matter if it's NECA, it doesn't matter if it's McFarlane, it doesn't matter if it's Hasbro, it does not matter if it's Mattel. If it is a Walmart exclusive, there is something shady behind the whole thing, and I'm going to say that from past experience. Something shady with this whole exact thing, that whenever it's a Walmart exclusive, it either doesn't make it to the floor, or else they're sold out immediately online. And then you'll see a scalper on eBay that has 100 in stock with ridiculous prices. But with this one, this particular one is blood soaked and is so sought after. This is one of the first, I'd say out of a handful, that Walmart's done as an exclusive from NECA. That is popping up in stores now. They got it online as online only. I'm going to say that again. But some of us are finding them in store, and we're having to drive all over the place. And people on Reddit and everything else are saying, here's the UPC, here's the information, call Walmart's before you go. I'd say don't do that, because what it's going to do is it's going to notify those scalpers that are in store that may not know about this, that work there, or it's going to notify those workers that are making a little side something on the side by picking these things up and putting them directly on eBay, and they really won't hit the floor. So I'm saying hit up your Walmarts, just see wherever they're at, go one after another, especially right now. And hopefully you will find it on the shelves, much like I did in a Walmart that was way away from me. So that's how I found this. All right, so this is going to be a bit of a long review, folks. So just giving you a heads up, because I do want to compare the two of them, this version versus the ultimate version that NECA also did, that's popping up in the bloody, disgusting areas of Walmart. Yeah, Walmart again, of all places. And then the bloody, actually the Damian Leone's Terrifier Ultimate Art to Clown, the standard one, is available right now on shopneca.com. So you can shop NECA, hit them up, they have it in stock, and you can pick yourself up one. Also, you can hit the Big Bad Toy Store. They also have them there. At Big Bad. It's probably going to be your best bet due to the fact that the shipping through Big Bad is only $4 to ship it to you. And if you bundle it up, you'll get the whole bundle for probably about $4 for shipping only. All right, so it's not including tariffs. All right, and there might be maybe a few other online retailers that have the standard version of this. We're going to get to that. So let's look at the front of this artwork right here. That just says it all. I mean, that I'm sold right away, just sold. And this bad boy retails for only $34.96, which is like excellent for scalpers. So scalpers are going to put this, and you're going to see this on eBay, bottom dollar right now on eBay. The cheapest one I think I've seen was probably like $89.99. US dollars. It's not including another $12 or $13 for shipping. Okay. Just saying, at one point when they first hit last week, they were up to $189. Whoever would pay that, man, you got some money to blow, because I said, you know what, I guess I'm not getting the figure, but luckily I found it. So here's the front piece of that front art right there. You can see Art with this work of art right here, bloodied out with his horn, knife, Killer Clown right there on the newspaper aisles. Right here, he is like just chopping somebody up on the floor. Bodies just sticking out of the wall. Whoever did this work, this particular cover, I applaud you. Yes, all day. Give me a shirt of this. I will buy the shirt all day long. All right, so there you go. You got the very side of this. Yeah, I apologize early on, folks, because it's going to be a bit of a long review. Right here, you have the whole backside. This sucker includes multiple interchangeable expressions, alternate hands, arsenal of weapons and accessories. They didn't specifically tell you the name of the weapons because there's so many in here. That's why it's going to be a long review. Just saying, folks. All right, so here is on the opposite side, Damien Leone's in this blood out. This box is just covered in blood, Neca amongst the bottom. I mean, they're laughing to the bank, because Art the Clown has become iconic within a matter of a couple of years. And right away, people are jumping on the bandwagon and going to Halloween Horror Nights, much like I did, to experience the Art the Clown Terrifier house, which it wasn't my best house there, but it's there, okay? But yeah, cash in on them while you got it now. I'm just saying that hopefully part 4 of this movie, well, of this franchise, has to outdo the first 3 before it, because if it fails, it's going to kill that whole franchise due to the fact that it from Welcome to Derry, Pennywise is making a huge comeback, and you're going to see all those people that jumped on the bandwagon for Art all of a sudden jumping on the bandwagon. Oh man, I'm keeping it real, so you know I've always been a Pennywise fan. Not the case in this house. We do have some Pennywise fans in this house, but I have the utmost of respect for Damien Leone due to the fact that we met him and David Howard Thornton in person, Sinister Creature Con, right after the first movie was made. So when nobody was in their line, we got autographs with them and pictures with them. And right then and there, I had the utmost respect, because they were some of the nicest people to actually meet. So I'm like, yeah, I'm on board, definitely on board for the whole thing. So there you go. All right, so let's open the front of this box. Boom. Jesus Christ. Holy cow, that's a lot of stuff. There you have Art the Clown kicking back behind his window, paying locked in his plastic prison, as he's finally made it here to MOE'S Toy Room. All right, so let's do this. This is what we're going to do right here. I am going to bring out the 2. There they are. Okay? Let's do this. Plain and simple, let's do this. Okay, we're going to do this right now. We're going to do the comparisons. $37.99 US dollars. Shop Neca. I don't know how much Big Bad Toy Store has it for. $34.96. Walmart exclusive. Nearly impossible to find. Okay. So speaking of which, when you go to Walmart, don't go to the toy section. Go to the collector section in the electronics and look all over around that thing, because if they have Halloween Michael Myers H2O there, and if they have the new NECA Phantom of the Opera there, then this one was probably included in there somewhere. It's going to be right next to them. So just saying. All right. So let's crack this thing open. Here's what we're going to do. All right. So folks, are you with me still? All right. So this is my best way of saying if this one is different versus this one. All right, so it looks like all the face expressions are exactly the same, okay? So you can see he has that face that he comes in with. They're trying to throw you off from what he comes in with here, and there's that face right there. So the face that he has right there is actually right there. So they're all the same, okay? The little baby is the same. All these weapons down here, from the gun to the all the cleavers and everything else, whatever this thing brings, is all the same. All the machetes on this side, the axes, the flaming whip of death, that's what I call that thing, that ensemble that he came up with. All the same, folks. The hammers, everything, hands, all the same. But this one brings two things that this one doesn't bring. So I'm not going to take this figure out because they're hard as hell to put back in, but I'm going to review this one for sure. So I wanted to show you guys this. This one brings actually that one face, that one like head that he did in the pizzeria in the first one that he chopped up and made a jack-o'-lantern out of it. It brings that head. It also brings a brain in there. It looks like it's a brain. And then all the blood splattered effects just knock it out the park for this one. So actually this one is the better deal other than this one. But in this day and age, you can't have bloody art without clean art. So you gotta have them, especially with the fact that with the gun, I'm going to pose him with this one. But with some of these blades and the whip of death, he's being posed with this body. So you get where I'm coming from. All right, folks. So that's where I'm going with that. So this one is going to be the much better deal. So there you have it there, folks. All right, so let's get this bad boy out of the package. All right, guys. So I wanted to show you this. For that way you guys... You know, I said I wasn't going to do it, but I'm doing it because you guys out there deserve it. And here on MOE'S Toy Room, we are trying to get to that next level. So please share these videos, like these videos. It helps us out tremendously, especially if you're a fan of horror. And you can look in my library and everything else. Predator, Godzilla, yes, and so on. Vintage Star Wars. There you go. All right. So if you're a fan of Art to Clown, you're more than likely going to get those unboxings here on this channel. I've already unboxed the Mezco 112 version, some Trick or Treat Studios, and a few other things that have going on. You can see in my library. All right, so here is the difference. There you go. You see that? You see the head? It's not there on the clean version. That jack-o'-lantern head, nor is the brain. But if you look throughout, everything else is exactly the same except for covered in blood. Okay, now if I switched this faceplate and put it on over that one, it would be a split image figure of that one other than the blood. Do you get what I'm saying? All right. So you could tell these guys bring a lot of weapons. So yes, and then as far as dioramas that they tend to bring, and yes, they do both bring his sacks. So the clean version also has the same. All right, so as far as dioramas, here they are. Exact same, except for this one's covered in blood. Which one would you prefer? I'm going with this one, for sure. No doubt about it. This just looks insane. But it's nice to have a clean version versus the all bloody version diorama for the backdrop. All right, guys. So here we go. First off, tail of the tape. Yeah, like I said I wasn't going to do it. I wasn't going to bring out the other one because they're too hard to get in the package, but we're doing it. So yes, this guy's looking at about almost 19 centimeters to the very top of his hat. This one is exactly the same. So yes, and then as far as inches wise, he's looking to the very top of his hat at almost 7.5 inches, almost. Okay, depending on how you stand them, you know, straight up or whatever it is, but that's about the going rate. All right, so I tended to put the exact same hands and the exact same face on these. The face might look a little different, but it's because the blood is kind of throwing it off. But they're exactly the same. So we're going to get up close. You could check that out. Same hands, but the feet. Look at those feet on that bloody variant. Those look freaking amazing, but they look completely different, but they're exactly the same. So if you could see the little opening on the very top of the boot there, top of his clown shoe, same as that one. These ones are just painted differently than those. But when you look at overall, yes, there you go, folks. So like I said, it's going to be a bit of a long review, so we will turn them to the side. Yeah, they're the same. It's just I got this one patterned a little bit, standing a little bit more different than this one. And then when you look at the back, now there's no blood on the back of that one. So they look exactly the same. There you go, folks. So I don't know why they would not have put blood on the back of that one, but that could be easy fix. So we could do it ourselves and do it. But in the long run, if you ever want to sell your figure, you know, 20, 30 years down the road, people are going to want the original figure. They're not going to want it tampered with. So just saying. And collectors will point that out. All right, so I got this guy just more leaning a little bit more forward. So you can see that. Yeah, they're exactly the same. All right, so there you go. And what I did was I switched the faceplate on this one to mirror that one. So there you go. There you have it. All right, folks. So what we're going to do is, since I got this guy out of the package right now, before we go into weapons, I'm going to show you what he can do. All right, so it's review time. Head does look down. Head looks up. Can you see that right there? Yeah, I'm making good way. Head hits that Michael Myers. Yeah, this one I absolutely love. This looks insane. All right, goes around. Same as his clown thing that goes around his neck. I used to know what the name of that was called because it's been years since I've been in the clown posse. Well, not the insane clown posse, but we used to have our own. When I lived in Castro Valley, we used to go out as clowns before some guy tried to attack me. Tried to look... He tried to, we were a family of clowns, and we would go out with a group of us, and we would invade in Castro Valley, and finally some guy tried to look cool in front of his girl because his girl was afraid and he was afraid, so tried to attack me. So then from there it took away from Castro Valley. We just didn't do it no more. So arms do go up and around. They do not quite hit 90. So that's about what you're going to get. And then when you look at the elbow single joint, right there, this guy's very stiff. And then he also has rotation at that joint on the elbow. So there you go. Okay. So hands are on a hinge. The tricky thing about these hands is they got this covering his clown suit. So I do love what NECA did with that. They had it to where the hands literally have to go in. And it covers it with the clown suit so you don't see that joint. But sometimes it'll be either like this or it'll be like this, depending on some of the hands. And this particular figure has both. So you're gonna have some alternate hands that have it either way. So there you go. So that's how you have it there. But as far as that, they all have it. They all have that hinge work and everything else that goes along with them. His pom-poms they do stick off of the soft molded plastic that is all this whole area right here, including this. Right here is the soft molded plastic So it's squeezy and softy compared to the actual arms and the legs and the feet and the headdress. I would have liked to have, it almost feels like it's a soft molded on the top part of his clown area right there that goes over his head. But yeah, it's all molded, just harder plastic. So just to let you guys know. And yes, it is quite easy to take these face plates on and off and switch them out. That's how he's going to look there. And then they just pop right back in. So yes, it's that easy, folks. So then, yes, he can run. He's going to chase you down. And then you can see all the hardware in the very bottom. I would have really loved if the whole figure was covered in blood, not just the front. All right, so then you got single joints on the knees. And then he has rotation there. Obviously, he's on ball joints amongst his area here, so his hips don't lie. They move all the way around. And then on the clown shoes, he does have tilt rocker and everything else that goes along with it. And with these shoes, this guy stands perfectly every single time. There you go, folks. All right, folks, so here he is with hammer in hand. And yes, he's going to bring a little blade with him also. He has a lot of little pieces, including scalpels and whatever in the world this thing is. I think it might be a plunger, like a kind of like a turkey baster maybe, or something. I don't know what this even is, but they didn't give us the detail as to some of the stuff this thing brings. So you kind of got to guess at it, just to let you know. Yeah, there you go. He has those two. If I went through everything and showed you every single little weapon, folks, we're going to be here a very long time. So here he is with a knife in hand, kitchen knife, a small version of a cleaver, because he's also going to bring a bigger version of a cleaver. So just letting you guys know, yes, you are going to see all the weapons for sure. But yeah, he has a smaller version and he has the kitchen knife in this one. And on the next one, I'm going to switch out his faceplate amongst switching out other weapons. All right, folks, so here he is with a different faceplate on other than the last one that he had. I put the bigger cleaver in his hand. And then that big old kind of machete looking thing. And also I forgot to mention that he does have swivel rotation at the waist. And he also has it right below the chest area. So yeah, that way, you know, everybody out there is like, oh, he didn't review that, so, you know, he sucks, blah, blah, blah. You know how it is, folks. But anyway, yeah, this is a bit overwhelming due to the fact that this figure brings so much to it. So just trying to move on with the review. But there you have it there. So here is Art the Clown with bag in hand. Yeah, he's going to hold that thing pretty good, and it comes tied. So, yeah, he's going to have like a little piece of like cardboard in the bag to kind of hold it. But he does bring the bag. It seems like it is a real trash bag. So just a smaller version of a real trash bag. So just letting you guys know that that's what else he brings. So here he is with amongst like little, like, I don't know what these are, like little axe kind of, yeah, so it got a bigger one and it got a smaller one. So there you go. Yeah, with Art the Clown, he just tends to bring so many weapons, and NECA really outdid themselves with this figure, because this figure, I think, has it all, other than the fact that it does not have his horn. So his little clown horn is not included in the figure, which is on the Mezco 112 version that I have unboxed and reviewed down below. It also brought that one. But yeah, on the Mezco version, I believe it didn't bring the gun. So it's either back or forth, folks. So this one tends to bring the gun versus his actual little horn, which it should have the horn. Yeah, it's just something due to the fact that on the actual box, you can see on the box, he has his horn. So for whatever reason, it didn't bring the horn. I don't know. All right, folks. So with the scalpel, you're going to have a tough time getting him to hold it. You can see it. I use that hand right there with the fingers that are like that. The fingers that are more like that to get him to hold it. Let's see if I can get it in there. And then I put his blazing, flaming whip of death over there in the other hand. These figures, yeah, this Art the Clown, this guy is quite the character. So he's going to bring a whole lot of things, folks. Like I told you, you're going to have to be patient through this review. This guy is too much. All right, folks, so here we go. Yes, I put him with his saw in hand, the one where he sawed the chicken right from her vajayjay all the way down through her head. Pardon me. And also changed out his faceplate for the final face that he brings. And then with that little plunger, like kind of like turkey baster, whatever that thing is that goes into like a big old point. I don't know quite yet, to be honest, what that even is. I had the same trouble with the last one, but you got to put it in the hand and shove it from underneath the hand to come out, because trying to get it in there is a little tough. So just to let you guys know, but he will hold it. So you just got to be patient with that. But yeah, this guy, he brings a whole lot of stuff. So here he is with drill in hand. Yes. So we're almost down to the end of the weapons here. I believe all we got left is the gun. But yeah, there he is with drill in hand. But I'm going to go right here and to say he also, here's the little baby. You can see that if you want to see that. This is a thing that that one lady had before he decided to cut off her face and her boobs and wear them in part 1. Pulling some Ed Gein shit, you know what I mean? That Leatherface type crossover shit. This guy is twisted, man. But this was the one that she thought was her real baby, but they made it bloody compared to the clean version on the other. And also this one tends to bring a brain that the other one does not. You can see the little stem that sticks out of the bottom. NECA did not lack any detail on this brain, so just to let you guys know, there you go, folks, on the brain. And he also tends to bring this head. So I'm wondering if because it's like kind of like open on the top. I don't think that it has anything to turn it on. I think it's just the head. So on the Mezco 112 version, which is way more expensive than this, the Mezco 112 version of Art the Clown goes for about, I would say, between $114, $125, depending on where you get it. But Big Bad Toy Store has that one in stock right now, but I believe Mezco themselves are sold out on it. So yes, their version, actually you push the head, which I thought was the same with this, and the whole inside would light up like a jack-o'-lantern. So, but this one does look really good. I mean, for $34.96, you can't beat it, folks. But there you have Art with drill in hand, looking real smooth. Yeah, what else could I say? I got the little plug on the end. Yeah, they just knocked it out the park with this. All right, folks. So here is the final pose of the video. This one has Art the Clown. This is my favorite pose, to be honest. I loved it with the all clean version. I said the same exact thing. I love that face expression due to the fact that when in part 1, when the girl that was literally like whooping on Art at the end there, thought that she was actually going to kill him, and he just reaches down and pulls out a gun and just pops a cap in her. First slashing her up or whatever he is he's been doing to her, right? He just, or throws a knife or whatever, he just pulls out a gun and just says, fuck this, and just pops a cap in her. That's my favorite pose because that was a face expression that he has. And what's really cool about this figure, I really wish the Mezco 112 figure would have brung a gun and that particular hand to hold it, because it did include that face expression. But when you look at the actual gun, so I'll put a look at this guy. He brings an alternate hand that literally fits in there to literally squeeze the trigger. NECA, man. Oh, man. Standing ovation, NECA. You guys, wow. This figure is badass. Plain and simple. Absolutely love it. And then if you want to put the backdrop in there, that's how he could look. with the backdrop for that. But yeah, folks, this figure is dynamite and is hitting stores right now. So please get on out to your Walmarts. Like I said, go in person. Go from Walmart to Walmart. Some of them, when they ran those numbers that people are putting out there in UPCs, it's not popping up at all. So yeah, you're better off just going in person. Just like I did. It's going to take a while. You're going to have to be patient, but eventually you're going to find one. And when you do, it's well worth the wait, because this figure retails for $34.96 and is hitting stores now. So get on out to your Walmarts. It will be in the electronics section. They call it the collector section. But yeah, you got to be on the lookout, because a lot of these stores have scalpers that work there, just so that way they could get their hands first on the Pokemon cards. They can get their hands first on all the Star Wars stuff. They could get their hands first on all the collectibles that are out there, such as this one. Whatever's rare, they're going to put their hands on it before we do. But hopefully you get good employees and everything. That there are some Walmarts that do have them. Obviously, I found a Walmart that literally says, we're just putting stuff out. We just want to make the money. We want to get it in the hands of anybody. So yeah, there you go, folks. There was no scalpers at that one where I found it. But they are hitting stores now. All right, folks. So please make sure that you like this video. Hit the like button. For how I could keep doing more of these. Share these videos. Yeah, please leave a comment. We do get back to all of our comments. I love hearing from you guys. You guys are the best out there. And the subscribers that I have on this channel, I could tell, are diehard subscribers. So yeah, you guys have been with me through thick and thin. Tell your friends about us. Tell other YouTubers about us here at MOE'S Toy Room, because we want to get on the map, folks. We want to get in that algorithm to get to the next level. We also do haunts and a lot of things during the month of October here at MOE'S Toy Room, because we live Halloween here in this household 365 days a year, amongst the crazy ass Star Wars collection of vintage Star Wars that I have here in this house from 77 through 85. All right, folks, so please like, comment, subscribe, and from MOE'S Toy Room to yours, good night, everyone. Don't forget to look at our library down below, folks. You'll be surprised.